Have you ever quietly wondered what it really takes to become your best self? Not just successful on the outside, but truly strong, calm, and fulfilled on the inside. Many people spend years chasing big achievements, bigger titles, bigger recognition, bigger moments that look impressive to the world. But sometimes, the deepest wisdom comes from the simplest places. One peaceful afternoon in a small American neighborhood, 16-year-old Noah sat alone at the edge of the backyard porch. From a distance, everything about Noah seemed fine. He did well in school. His teachers liked him. His parents were proud of him. And yet, inside his mind, something felt unsettled. For weeks, a quiet pressure had been building in his chest. Everywhere he turned, he heard the same message. You must succeed, you must stand out, you must become someone important. At first, Noah tried to ignore it, but the questions kept returning, especially at night. What if I'm not good enough? What if I choose the wrong path? What if I never become someone meaningful? Little by little, the worry began to steal his energy. He spent less time laughing with friends, less time enjoying the small moments he used to love. Even when he sat in a quiet room, his thoughts would not slow down. One afternoon, his grandfather, Mr. Arthur Bennett, noticed the change. Mr. Bennett was a gentleman with silver hair and patient eyes. He believed deeply that most of life's problems could be understood if we only slowed down enough to see clearly. That day, he found Noah sitting quietly, staring at the ground. Mr. Bennett walked over slowly and lowered himself into the chair beside him. For a moment, he said nothing. Then, in a calm and warm voice, he asked, "You've been carrying something heavy lately, haven't you?" Noah hesitated. Then he gave a small, tired sigh. "I just keep thinking," he admitted quietly. "Everyone says I need to become successful and to become the best version of myself. But I don't even know what that really means." Mr. Bennett nodded slowly, as if he had heard this worry many times before. "That's an honest question," he said gently. He reached over to the small wooden table beside him and picked up an ordinary yellow pencil. He held it up between his fingers. "Noah," he said softly, "do you think this simple pencil has anything to teach us about life?" Noah blinked in surprise. "A pencil," he said. "Grandpa, it's just a pencil." Mr. Bennett smiled, the kind of smile that appears when someone knows a quiet secret. "Look a little closer," he said. "Inside this small pencil, there are 5 powerful lessons." Noah leaned forward slightly, curiosity beginning to replace his worry. Mr. Bennett turned the pencil slowly in his hand. "The first lesson," he said, "is that a pencil can do great things, but only when it allows itself to be guided." He placed the pencil gently on Noah's palm. "On its own it writes nothing," he continued, "but in the right hands it can create stories, ideas, even plans that change lives." Noah studied the pencil more carefully now. "In life," Mr. Bennett said warmly, "we are very similar. We grow faster when we accept guidance from parents, teachers, mentors, and even from our own past mistakes." Noah nodded slowly. Some of the tightness in his chest began to ease. Mr. Bennett continued. "The second lesson," he said, "is something most people try to avoid." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small pencil sharpener. With slow, steady movements, he sharpened the pencil. Soft wooden shavings curled gently onto the table. "A pencil must be sharpened from time to time," he said. "And if the pencil could speak, it might say the sharpening feels uncomfortable." Noah gave a small smile. "I guess it would," he said. Mr. Bennett nodded. "But notice what happens after the sharpening," he continued. "The pencil writes more clearly than before." He looked at Noah with calm understanding. "Life works the same way. Challenges, pressure, even disappointment, they are often the sharpening moments of our lives. Noah's expression grew thoughtful. The moments that feel difficult now, Mr. Bennet said softly, are often the ones quietly making you stronger. The afternoon breeze moved gently through the yard. For the first time in weeks, Noah felt himself breathing more easily. Mr. Bennet lifted the pencil again. The third lesson, he said, is about mistakes. He took a small notebook from the table and wrote a short line. Then carefully he flipped the pencil over and used the eraser to remove part of what he had written. With a pencil, he said gently, errors are never final. He looked back at Noah. And in life, neither are yours. Noah's shoulders relaxed a little more. You will make mistakes, Mr. Bennet continued. Everyone does. The important thing is not to pretend they never happened. He paused. The important thing is to learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. Noah gave a quiet nod. Something about hearing that lifted a weight he hadn't fully understood he was carrying. Mr. Bennet turned the pencil once more. The fourth lesson, he said, his voice soft but steady, is perhaps the most important of all. He gently tapped the side of the pencil. From the outside, this pencil looks ordinary, he said, but what truly matters is the lead inside. Noah watched closely. In life, Mr. Bennet continued, people will often notice your grades, your achievements, your outward success. He leaned slightly closer. But your real value will always come from what is inside you. He spoke the next words slowly. Your honesty, your kindness, your discipline, your integrity. Each word seemed to settle deeply into the quiet afternoon air. Noah swallowed gently. For the first time, the pressure to be impressive began to fade, replaced by something steadier and more meaningful. Mr. Bennet smiled softly. And now, he said, the fifth lesson. He placed the pencil back into Noah's hand. No matter where a pencil is used, he said, it always leaves a mark. Noah looked down at it. In the same way, Mr. Bennet continued, every day you live, you leave small marks on the people around you. He paused. Through your words, through your actions, through the way you treat others when no one is watching. The backyard had grown very quiet now. Even the distant sounds of the neighborhood seemed softer. You don't have to do something huge to become someone meaningful, Mr. Bennet said gently. He rested a reassuring hand on Noah's shoulder. You simply have to live in a way that leaves good marks behind you. Noah sat very still. The heavy question that had been troubling him for weeks suddenly felt clearer. After a long, thoughtful silence, he finally spoke. So being the best isn't really about being the most impressive, he said slowly. Mr. Bennet's eyes warmed. No, he said gently. It's about becoming the most genuine version of yourself. Noah looked down at the pencil again. This time, he did not see something ordinary. He saw a quiet reminder, a guide, a small object carrying a surprisingly big truth. A soft smile appeared on his face. I think I understand now, he said. Mr. Bennet gave a slow, approving nod. That understanding, he said warmly, is the beginning of real growth. The sun began to lower gently in the afternoon sky, casting long golden shadows across the yard. And in that quiet moment, something inside Noah had shifted. Not in a loud or dramatic way, but in the calm, steady way that real change often begins. Because becoming your best self is rarely about one big moment. It is about small choices made with awareness, again and again. If this gentle story brought you even a moment of clarity today, please take a second to like, share, and subscribe so more people can discover these simple but powerful life lessons. Thank you for spending this quiet time here. wishing you steady growth, a peaceful heart, and the courage to become your very best self.